Welcome. I don't think I've ever done so many videos as during this COVID phase, so I thought you might be a bit bored of me, so I've invited Gladys. Say hi. She's been with me since my osteo days studying in London. And she's cool, hey? She's cool. Anyway, we get distracted already. So here's the Omicron update. Something you probably need to know is that we are really by the book. And I got asked the other day why we're doing things the way we're doing them. It's because I do hours and hours and hours of Zoom webinars, understanding what we need to do to stay open. And we've recently got the status of critical care, which means that if we do a certain amount of things, including the way we're doing our PPE and our bubbles and setting up the clinic, we have the opportunity to stand down, which means not work for a couple of days rather than the full couple of weeks. So I've spent this weekend at the clinic most of the days setting up a new procedure. We are now wearing N95 masks. We will be wearing eyewear where we can, and I personally will be doing even more because I've just found out I can go to Australia to visit my parents, which is 2 years. It's now 2 years since I've seen them. That's longer than when I lived in England for 20 years. So you won't see me around. You know I love hugging. Please don't hug me if you see me running or swimming. I am on Project Negative COVID test to get on a plane at the end of February. So all I'm doing is going to work and coming home. And the difference is at work, we are in a high risk situation because we're so close to you, but we can mitigate that with PPE. So we have separate rooms. So if you're a patient, you're only going into one room. You won't go into the main clinic. Everything is cornered off so that there's no chance you can have an air contamination with another patient. That's why we have an outdoor waiting room this weekend. I've set up massive umbrellas as well. And by the way, how good is this rain? Oh my gosh, that's such a blessing. Anyway, we digress. I have a list. So I would like you to know that it's super important for you to do your bit as well. So of course we do the hand hygiene, we wash the beds, we wash the door handles. We only wear our clinic coats and clothes in the clinic. Everything that we're wearing gets washed in the clinic. We get to the clinic, we change our clothes, etc., because that also mitigates risk. And we're asking you, and we have been for a couple of months, to wear surgical masks. There's 3 different kinds of sanitizers to suit you out the front. Please use it. We can't invite you into the clinic anymore to wash your hands because something you need to know is there's a 3-hour lag time for contamination. So that's why we don't have a shared waiting room, because if you're in the waiting room, 3 hours later someone else can catch it. And this silly COVID variant is extremely contagious, unfortunately. Sure, we won't get as sick, which is great. But whether you agree with the whole protocol or not, it just means we can stay open. And as I mentioned to someone the other day, if we're sick, we can't work and we can't help you. I can't help the babies. I can't help the mums breastfeeding. We can't help you if you hurt your back. So do it for us, but do it for you so that we're here because we want to work. We took an oath years ago to help people, and this is what we have to do. And on that note, we're having a really hard time still. It's just how it is, especially wearing these masks. These N95s are a different ballgame altogether. So if I can just ask you to say thank you to the next healthcare worker you work with, whether it's a GP or someone at the supermarket who's wearing a mask all day. To give you an example, I haven't had any panic attacks or anxiety for several years, and I had my first one the other day after my first day of wearing the N95 mask, because carbon dioxide and anxiety affects the brainstem chemoreceptors. It's not just about how your head is. That's a discussion for another time. And it wasn't nice, and that's fine. We're committed to this, but this is super, super hard. So thank you for wearing a surgical mask, cleaning your hands beforehand, answering the COVID questions, not coming in when you're sick. It's a win-win. It's not forever. Let me just check if there's anything else on here. I think we've covered it all. I do actually have a list. My brain's a bit tangential, but I do have a list. So enjoy your Sunday, and I will be off from the 24th of February until the end of March with isolation. So I would suggest you book an appointment if you want to see me before I go. Andre will be looking after the newborns while I'm away. I'm a bit sad that I don't get to see that through, but I'll be back. And Gladys and I would like to sign out and have a really good rest of your Waitangi Day holiday this Monday. Bye.